at the other end of the spectrum, size-wise, we've now got a Mainline Class 45, I think it is. I can't remember what the name of this one is. It's got a name on the side, but it's too small. The writing's too small for me to read. Anyway, it was designed by Mainline. Model came out in the 1980s, I would think, early 80s, maybe 1980 itself, I don't know. Bit weird. When Mainline brought out their first model, the J72, it was a 060 shunter, had 6-wheel pickup. Here's the Class 45. It's got 16 wheels on it, and it only picks up from 4 of them. Already, the company was thinking, how can we save money on the manufacture of this model, rather than thinking, how can we make this model run as well as possible? It's a shame they cut corners like that, because otherwise it would be quite a good model, I reckon. Right, let's get it going. It's not as smooth as the Lima ones, and I think that's mainly down to having fewer pickups. Now that failed to start first time, so I'll try it again. I had to give it a little nudge. And it might well be because I'm trying to get it to start on the points. There we go. That's what 4-wheel pickup does for a loco. So I got my Mainline Peak Class 45 second hand. Only cost me about £25 plus postage. It's not a bad run. I've slowed the power down, and so it's running a bit more realistically for a freight train, only on just over 20% power. Like some of the Lima pancake motors, it doesn't take much current. And I'll just see if I can get a smooth start and stop in the station, or stop and start in fact. There's a little wobble on the engine there. I think that's the traction tyres aren't a perfect fit, I suspect. That's not a bad start. Better than last time. So once warmed up, it's fairly good. And I guess that means that for a round and round continuous run layout, the Mainline Class 45 is a good choice, especially if you've only paid £25 for it. The last two models on display today are a Hornby Class 25 and a Hornby Class 29 or 21, I'm not sure which. The Class 25 and 29 were both first released in, I think it was a late 70s, something like that, and were made in England. And then when they when Hornby transferred all their manufacture to China, they did produce a short run of both of these locomotives with 5-pole motor and extra pickups, and the ones I've got have got the extra pickups and the 5-pole motor, so in theory they run better than the Margate models, and we'll see how this chap gets on. He's hauling a rake of fish vans, so this is the lowest off to London fish train, and the fish vans are a mixture of Hornby, Dapol, Wren and Parkside kits, so a bit of a mixture, and Hornby Double-O in fact, with the old type couplings in there. Oh yeah, he's just going, didn't need a nudge after all. I thought he needed a nudge for a minute there. And on the Absolute, the Class 29, I got this with a slightly damaged body, and it was in BR Blue, So I've repainted it, just hand painted it in BR green, and similar chassis as the Class 25. So let's see this one go. And the Class 29 is hauling a rake of Triang suburban coaches, BR Mark 1 Suburbans. They've all been hand painted by me. Yeah, the Triang Suburbans are good coaches. They are slightly shorter than scale length, and they only came in two versions, the composite and the brake, but they're still decent coaches in their way. The only thing you have to say about them is they need new wheels fitting, because the original Triang wheels won't cope with modern track. So reasonably smooth finish there from the Class 29, and I'll bring the 25 in to stop at a similar point. Oh, he stopped a bit sooner than I expected him to. And I think he must have lost a traction tyre, because he's struggling to pull. Just start to get a grip there. A nice smooth stop anyway. I'll have to check the traction tyres on the Class 25. Okay, well there we go. There's a look at some Ringfield motor powered diesels on my layout. All of them very good, well, very good value. Some people will question value. Pretty cheap anyway, and mostly good runners. They're not going to be quite as good as the latest versions from Bachmann, Hornby, Acura Scale, all these other makes. But yeah, if you're working onto a tight budget, they're certainly worth a look, especially if you've got a continuous run layout. If you want to do some very fine shunting, you are better off splashing out on a very expensive loco that's got very good fine speed control. That's not really what these were designed for. They were designed for pulling trains around big layouts, or just round train sets at high speed. And to the most point, they do that really well. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video. Bye for now.